Good morning, all my loves. So wonderful to be back in connection with you in the flesh. Well, really, I could be having one of you bring me in, but I'd rather be doing it myself. So, it was an amazing experience, one, being away from here after so many years, and then in those years having an opportunity for lockdown, losing myself, and then having the chance to regain. But regaining didn't exactly happen that I became who I was. Rather, sensitivities and different perspectives changed in me, so that then that was available to me so far as what I experienced on the trip. First, I'm very happy to say that I couldn't have picked anyone better to travel with than Sarah. But she did walk so damn fast. But again, that helped me stretch my pace so I could almost keep up with her. But the places that we went to, it began to dawn on me as I witnessed. The wave is definitely in effect. And the way that I noticed it was in effect first and foremost was everyone was moving faster. And believe me, we saw probably in our experience hundreds of thousands of people. Because every place we went, there were so many, and everyone was moving unconsciously faster in an attempt to keep up with what they felt as the wave. And like I said, unconsciously. I did not meet anyone who came up to me and said, "Have you witnessed the wave?" And it wasn't that we didn't encounter unintelligible people, because many of the people that we met were so friendly, so outgoing, so considerate. But that was the first thing that I noticed. Okay, you don't have to be conscious to have it affect you. It will affect you anyhow. But from my perspective, I did not feel anyone else on the same wavelength witnessing it as I was. Not to say that there weren't, it's just to say that I didn't encounter them. And if it looks like I'm having a little difficulty now, I am. I was so excited this morning that I jumped into the tub with my hearing aids on. So I lost one. But I still have one. So if you speak to me, say, "This ear?" So the next thing that I noticed was the contrast and the attempt to be together in harmony with the different types of people, the different religions that the people were representing, and how they were, in essence, still working to meld and mingle without losing their identity. One of the questions that was asked of Dr. Foster in the second day we were abroad, we were in Germany, and it was in a class. Someone asked Dr. Foster, "What's with these Islamic people? I mean, after all, Jesus said it all. What are they doing?" And the answer that Dr. Foster gave was interesting, needless to say. But I think that what it brought up for me, so far as enhancing my appreciation for who we are, there are all levels of us in bodies right now. That means that there are really new spirits here for the first time, and then the rest of us, and then some that are more even highly evolved. And we tend to look for something that we can anchor into and feel safe, because it is that human sense of self that needs to feel secure. So whatever religion we are drawn to, or atheism, or whatever it is, we're doing it so that we can feel safe and secure. And it doesn't matter whether you pray to Allah, you pray to Jesus, you pray to the Hindu gods, you pray to God, you pray to whatever. You're doing it because it gives you a sense of security. And I thought, well then, what's the beef about not recognizing Jesus? Do you think Jesus is upset? Of course not. And what's the beef if you do reach to Jesus? Now that may upset somebody else, but it's not going to upset Jesus. Okay? And so far as where we're headed, this world, the unenlightened are going to believe whomever is in the position of exciting them and inciting them to believe that their way is the only way and that you must destroy the others. Because, hey, it's there. We felt it in certain parts of towns and cities that we went into. I would not want to live there. I would definitely have to change my awareness and gird my loins with my forces protection and my alignment with a higher power. So I'm saying this to you because I really want to help prepare you in certain ways for the future that is coming to all of us. Okay? To me, you'd have to be totally brain dead not to get the vibration of what's happening in the world today, to realize that we are definitely right at the verge of some really dramatic changes. And one of those, of course, is going to be economical. And then if you're a political person, you're going to see, what's happening? A man goes to trial and is convicted of 30 some odd counts and is pretty sure guaranteed to be our next president. What the hell's going on? I mean, did you experience that in your childhood with presidents, so on and so forth? Not like this. So you know, something's got to shake. And it's probably going to shake dramatically because there are going to be those who are for and those who are against. And it's going to set up a division. Then, like I said, economically, I mean, I felt with Spirit saying, to use the phrase again, gird your loins. Because this just can't go on the way it's going. If you pay any attention at all, you see the devaluation of our means of money, and it'll keep going to where the dollar will shrink, and you'll have to have more and more of them to get the same thing that you used to get for less. So this is kind of like Spirit was saying, you see this, Clark, and you hear this from other people in other countries, and they attest to the same thing, that everything is becoming more expensive. And in some places, it's becoming scarce to even acquire. So, I'm drawing away from the energy that you're starting to generate. Seriously, I am. I'll get back into it, but I'm clearing myself first. And I'm saying that because, you see, I know that what I have been taught that has taken me so long to learn to the point that I have is extremely important now. And that is be in the midst of all of this confusion, all of this drama, and maintain your energy field that is not susceptible to the other. And I assure you, don't worry about it. If you're not really good at it, you're going to have plenty of opportunity to practice because it's coming. Okay? And I'm saying, look at everything that we have been taught in class. And this is another thing that, hey, I'm not going to make any excuses here. Spirit has been with us for years now, bringing all of our attention to this that is occurring and is going to continue to occur. Not only that, but they have helped us to see you don't have to fall victim to it. If you will take what we are giving you and put it to practice, not just lip service, but actually engage in learning how to live it and become proficient at it. You don't have to be a master here, but you do have to be devoted to your own well-being. If you'll do this, then you're going to keep on growing through this, and you're going to learn how to develop more of a capacity of mastery than what you had before. Then, of course, in the trip, we became aware of what was happening to Patty. And initially, that threw us off because we heard the drama. But then, we opened ourselves, and what happened to me was I was caused to reflect on Patty and to see, here is a spirit who has chosen the body that she has and chosen this opportunity that she has. It was not an accident. And here she is in a body that apparently does not function like it used to, and she's having to make some adjustments. And one of those adjustments that I feel she is definitely making is seeing, I am not my body. My body is not me. Now, what am I going to do with it? Am I going to give up? Or am I going to take this as opportunity to grow? And I'm putting it to you that way because I'm sure somewhere along the way, Patty has had this conversation with herself. And she is making the decision to realize, I am not going to let this defeat me. I am not going to let this keep me from growing. So here she is. And I say that in your reaching to Patty, don't go from the human perspective of, oh my God, poor Patty. Because you do, and that's the energy you're going to send to her. That may affect her body, but it's not going to help her help herself. So this too came as a part of the trip. I think if I hadn't been removed, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to have this kind of reflection and this kind of awareness that I now share with you because, hey, we're all in this together. I mean, I had my opportunity a year ago to realize I'm not my body. But it's a different story than what Patty is happening right now. So I'm saying from right now, look and see. Any one of us could have asked for a similar opportunity to grow. Look at the body you're in. Look at where you are in your own progression. Let this stimulate you to realize what a brilliantly wise being you are in making the choices that you have made. And open yourself up and agree with yourself, all right, I'm going to grow with these. I'm not going to let this defeat me and have my body tell me that I am limited to its awareness. I am going to rise above that and not ignore my body, but do my best to bring my body up to my awakening level of awareness so that it too can grow. And if it doesn't want to, well, I'll change the word. You understand what I'm about to say. Doesn't matter. I mean, after all, who is the choice maker in you? You. If you give it over to somebody else and you say, I can't do it, well, guess what? You'll be back again, and you'll be back again right about where you left off. So these are things that, hey, I am who I am, and I have things come to me because I have a receptivity to them. I can't say that I didn't enjoy my trip. I did. I had a wonderful time. As a matter of fact, the best time on a vacation I've ever had in years. So it was really an easy time, except, of course, trying to keep up with Sarah. But it got me into better shape. But like Brian said, hey, you don't keep it up, you're going to lose it. So, it's one of those things that, as a human, it's kind of conditional on what we do with it. But I did want to share with you that main feature, and that was the wave is affecting everybody, everywhere. And one of the major ways I saw was everybody is moving faster, thinking faster, doing things faster. And it's just that unconscious feeling of it happening and the individual doing their best to keep up with it. So we have a little better understanding. Maybe not the greatest in the world, but we do have a little better understanding. And the way that it, like, we had conversation, the wave and I. And I said, I personally feel like I've been given an extension of my life. And I don't want to waste it. But I don't feel like being pushed to where I miss enjoying life. And I got the impression, probably from Dr. Foster, maybe Chipper, hey, you don't have to move faster. Just feel it and move with it. Let it stimulate you, because that's where I really want to experience the difference, is in the effect that it has on me as a spirit, that I can then be more open and receptive to things that I am not open and receptive to right now. That encouraged me, but again, don't feel that I'm trying to persuade you to do the same. I know that's ridiculous. And one of the ways I know it's ridiculous is because, well, this has been going on for over 40 years here now, to where Spirit has been reaching through to people through classes in private settings, etc., and brought certain things so clearly to a person's awareness and attention. And they said, no, not right now. I'm not ready. That's basically it. Really. I'm going to live this my way. Well, fine. I've never heard Spirit force anybody to do anything. And again, it's only information. But it's what you do with it that's going to then prove out in you, to you, what you have accomplished, being present and receiving. Thank you.